Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Well, make sure that mic's on. It's been a while. It's been a while, but back out again. Summer has now left us and we are heading into autumn, which is a brilliant time of year for photography. This video, I'm trying to find somewhere that I wanted to shoot for ages, but I've been here before and never been able to find it. Came with the officer for enjoyment prevention at the beginning of summer, couldn't find it. So a bit more research, and hopefully tonight I think I know where it is. So we're going to a place called Over Owler Tor, which is a rocky outcrop, which is a brilliant sunset location. Now it's a heather season for photography location as well, this, and unfortunately, for want of trying, I couldn't get out when the heather was around, so effectively I've had to make do with coming out now. But looks absolutely magnificent. There's loads of silver birches. I'll tell you what, Nigel Dancer would be in his absolute element with it. Silver birches everywhere. But park the car down there. I'm going to put a map on this and I'll show you where it is if I manage to find it. This could be a vlog of failure because I don't actually know where I'm going. So I've got a bit of a hill to climb up, and then I'll flick it back on. I'm blowing like a mountain goat, listen to me. Not been out for so long, you just lose your fitness. So anyway, getting bitten by midges, so I'm going to walk on, put you back on when we get to the top. Well, that big beast is called Mother Cap, and there's been some photographs taken of that as well, and they look stunning. It's not what we're looking for, but it's pretty impressive. I reckon that's what, must be about 40 feet tall. Maybe looks a bit smaller on the video, but it's a serious piece of stone, that. It's yeah, pretty damn impressive, and I reckon there's some shots around that. But what I find, there's a rock formation that's like this, and it's stacked up, and I've seen loads of pictures of it various times of the year. The heather seems to be the big one when people come and photograph it, but the sun looks like it might play a ball with a nice sunset tonight, which is why I've come out, because I thought, well, if you can't have the heather, maybe a nice sunset, or maybe even a black and white. We'll see. There's not much wind tonight, so I'm thinking I might get a long exposure. Fast shutter speed for the foreground, longer one for the sky, but to be honest, it doesn't look like the sky is moving very much, so we will see. But I think it's one of those, I've come with a completely open mind tonight to see this location and just to see what it's all about, because when I came last time, like I said, I was down on the lower section, and it's only through reading about this that apparently, correct me if I'm wrong with this in the comments, but apparently I think a tor, or an owler tor, is a stack of rocks basically, and I think the limestone up here. And so the clue's sort of in the name, because we're going to Over Owler Tor, and apparently this rock looks over the tors underneath, if that makes any sense. I might be completely making this up as I go along, but that's what I read. So whether it's true or not, we're going to find out. But it's an absolutely beautiful evening tonight. Absolutely stunning. Anyway, onwards and upwards. That's the rock. Look at that. Well, it's quite magnificent. Tell you what, That's took some finding that, but that is really, really good. I'm assuming that's the one. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm almost positive it is. That's look at it. How cool is that? Look at the shapes. It's going to make a really interesting composition. That I've got to try and find some way of composing it now. So I'll have a walk around it. There's quite a few up here, to be honest. Quite a few. I think this could be one of those that there's maybe more than one shot to be had, and there's hardly anybody up here as well. Absolutely magnifique, as they say. Right, I'm going to get the camera out and have a little hunt around and see if I can line something up with this, because it's nice. And I think that sun, when it drops down, we get more into golden hour, it's going to glow on this side of it. So absolutely superb. I'm not going to lie, this is proving to be quite challenging. The light's so harsh at the moment that the compositions aren't screaming out, but I've taken one. There's a bit of heather, I don't know if you can see the heather in here, that's still got just a little bit of its colour. So I'm trying to use that as a bit of foreground interest, and then I put a 0.9 soft grad in because the sky's pretty bright at the top. And then I've got a polarizer on as well, just to try and bring out some of that colour in the heather. But it's difficult to get a composition because really I think I'd like to shoot it from that side, but then my shadow's in the shot. So do you step back, put the zoom on? I don't know. Then you lose the background interest. But really, when you stand up here, I mean, God knows why they call this the Peak District. I mean, it's pretty much the hills. They're not peaks. But it is fabulous. But it ain't no Stadonia, and it ain't no Lake District. So I'm doing it a disservice probably because it is beautiful, but it's just difficult with background interest. The foreground and the midground, especially with this big rock, is the main focal of this image. So I've taken a shot where I've slapped it straight bang in the middle, but what I might do, I've done an exposure blend. I'm going to do an exposure blend on this as well, because there's so much dynamic range in the shot. You've got really bright sky, really harsh sun, and really dark shadows at the moment. So what I'll do is I've taken 3 shots and I'll blend them together in Photoshop, and then I'm going to do the same with a focus stack as well. So I'm going to focus stack 3 images because the foreground is really close to the lens. So hopefully that works. But compositionally, it's a test shot really. This I'm just throwing something into the camera because I want to press the button. So I'll show you, but I don't think this is going to be the best image of the evening, but we'll see. I'll tell you what, I wish I'd come up here when the heather was out. What an absolute miss that was. It's covered in it, absolutely covered in it. Anyway, it's any good. Can I have a look now? So I'm going to show you the problems that I am facing this evening, of which there are many. And like I said at the beginning, the conditions are not going to be perfect tonight, I don't think, because effectively these are the issues. Over this side here, there's absolutely nothing in the sky. So I've got a shot lined up around there that I've just taken, and I'm thinking black and white minimalist might work with a bit of some heavy dodging and burning on it, which if it does, I'll show you the composition in a minute. But so this side, the problem is, you can see there's just no cloud whatsoever. So that makes you think, right, okay, I can't shoot that way, I've got to shoot another way. So the problem is, you come round here and shoot this way, and you're shooting at the moment into direct sunlight just about. The dynamic range is really, really strong. And the other problem that you've got on this side is, there is literally very little by way of foreground. So you then think, okay, I can't shoot that way, I can't shoot that way, so let's have a look somewhere else. So I come around this side, and now there is foreground around here, and there might be a shot, but the issue that you've got on this side is these rocks here. I can't separate that from those, so it looks very messy. Now that's not to say if it was ever misty up here, it wouldn't work a treat, it would look absolutely magnificent, but it's not misty tonight. So I want to shoot that way really, because I'm hoping that when the sun drops it's going to light these clouds up. Whether it will or not is another question entirely. So these are the issues that you face when you're up here, and if anyone's coming up here to photograph you'll have exactly the same. Now I think in the late summer when the heather's out, this is a different beast. It's a different animal altogether, because your foreground and everything then is going to be just this beautiful carpet of heather. This time of year, when all the heather's died, it's not easy. So I'm in a quandary. I'll show you this composition over here. This is where I'm over here at the moment. So you can't go too far this side because it's a sheer drop, as I'll show you now. It's a pretty sheer drop down there, so you can't go too far that way. So what I've done is, be careful as I get down, I've effectively lined up a shot using this rock as a diagonal leading line, leading up the little path to the rock there, and that's just off centre. So I'll take that off there, you can be able to see it. It's quite nice, but it would be nicer if there was clouds on that side, and there isn't. So what can you do? You can't have everything. Hopefully some of these clouds will light up. Now it did say on clear outside that it was going to be 40%, 35-40% cloud cover at sunset. It's not looking like that at the moment, I'll be honest with you. Anyway, nice to be out. Some nice compositions I'm sure there are here, but it's tough. If the sun moves around and lights up a bit more of that face, I think this is probably going to be the best shot that I'll get up here tonight, but we'll wait and see. I've been on these videos before where what I think is a dead duck, suddenly something changes and it becomes absolutely magnifique. So anyway, I'm going to take a few more shots and I'll keep looking around for some other compositions. I've got this as a banker now, if nothing else, so I will come back to you if and when I find something else. So the sun is dropping, about 15 minutes now till it's properly down. Probably be a bit earlier because it's going to drop below the horizon on where the peaks are, or the rather large hills. So I've got one last shot that I've just taken, which I think is probably going to be the best that I've taken this evening, if I'm being honest, but not without its difficulties, shall we say. And mainly it's because there's no clouds. It's just a blue sky, which is a shame. It's a real shame, but if I come back again, I'm going to pick it when it's a moody sky, because I think in winter up here, especially if you get a bit of snow, it's going to be pretty tasty. So yeah, I'll show you this little composition I've taken here. So you can see that I've basically got this heather's all white in the foreground, which is quite nice, and then that leads you up into the thing, and I've been very careful to place it above the horizon. I've taken some that are lower down as well, so we'll see what they're like as well. The bit I don't like is this rock here, because it just doesn't seem to separate where the background is, and there's not really an awful lot I can do about that, unfortunately. It's just, that is what it is. So I'm going to stick around for another 15-20 minutes, see what happens when this sun goes down, but I just can't see there being any kind of sunset tonight, because there is just literally hardly any cloud. But still, it's all good fun. Nice to be out and about again, back in the field, taking some pictures, and I will definitely be coming back to this place again. Can't believe how many people. I thought there'd been loads and loads of people up here tonight, and I saw a couple who were walking the dog and had a chat with them, and then there's another guy who's doing this huge walk. Whether he'll get back before dark, when he was telling me where he was going, not sure. But yeah, it's absolutely magnifique. Anyway, I'm going to take some more pictures and I'll put them now if they're any good. Well, I think that's about it. The sun's about to disappear. I'm having to boost the ISO so high now because the wind has got up, and I'm having to boost it so high that I'm not worried about. I think the image quality might not be quite as good, so I'm going to wrap it for tonight and yeah, try and find my merry way back down this hill while there's still a bit of light. That's the only problem when you come to these new places. You've got to find your way home. I should bring like a pack of sweets or something that I can throw down on the grass like Hansel and Gretel did. Well, it didn't work out too well for them, did it? So anyway, yeah, magnificent evening. Don't forget, if you like the content, give us a like, comment below. If you want to know any more about this location, send us an email or whatever, and I'll do my best to answer. Subscribe if you feel like you want to see some more of this content. But yeah, until the next time, I'll see you around. Wow, superb.